Making swimwear that is more inclusive and caters to all women. If you're on the taller side, it may be difficult to shop for clothes, but one Arizona woman is trying to change that. She's taking action to create more options for women just like her.
And is she ever an inspiration? She's also a Paralympic athlete. Our Amelia Fabiano is sharing how her story is uplifting Arizona.
Yeah, she is definitely a force to be reckoned with, right? So Whitney Dosty competed for gold for Team USA, their sitting volleyball team, and won, of course, to add on to her roster of accomplishments. Her journey to get there, though, was far from easy, and at times she thought her athletic career was over. Now she's taking her own experiences and really showing others that sometimes an ending is just the beginning.
I think that's been something I've strived for since I was a kid. I didn't know what I was going to be a gold medalist in when I was like 6 years old.
At 6'3", Whitney Dosty knew from a young age her height could take her far. She grew up doing ballet for 13 years, but then
I'd been asked by our high school coach all the time to come out for the volleyball team just because I was tall and I was always hanging around kind of the sports scene because my sister was an athlete.
Sure enough, she made the team her junior year when she tried out. Ended up playing for the University of Arizona, then played professionally overseas for 6 seasons.
In my last season, I had an ankle injury, and I sat out for a couple years thinking I could come back as an indoor volleyball player, but just given the nature of the injury, it wasn't going to happen quite the way I thought it was. And then I found sitting volleyball and never really looked back.
But during her downtime, when she was hurt, she went back to what she knew and loved, like sewing and being creative.
I started a fashion blog during that time.
In 2016, she says the one-piece bathing suits started getting popular again, but she couldn't find one that fit quite right and knew she probably wasn't alone. So just like with volleyball, she tried something new.
I was like, I think I could make one, and that's really how it started. And I went home and I started finding the resources of pattern making here in Arizona and finding people to help me make samples.
And so Wavelength Swimwear was born. Dosty's debut piece, the Tony suit, comes in 4 bold colors, every one designed with taller women like her in mind.
It means a lot when I see women in them.
She wants her story to show everyone, though. You can't go far until you give yourself the grace to start.
I didn't know if I could make swimsuits. I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't know how to play sitting volleyball. Step 1 is just give yourself the opportunity to try something new.
All it takes is that first step, right? So right now, the Tony suit is her only style, but she says she does plan to hopefully design more in the near future. And by the way, Nick and Kaylee, the Tony suit is named after her mom.
Oh,
How
that's
cute
nice.
is that?
Yeah, letting the legacy move on.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And just what an inclusive way, right, to give women more options. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, we need more options, right, especially in that area.
Absolutely.